Good evening, everyone. It is me, the fabulous Leo Brown, and I'm here once again with a video for you all. As all of you know, I am a psychic. I am in the metaphysical, spiritual, new age community, ///. Anywho, so it has come to my attention that one of my favorite, she was like one of my favorite, like, and I wouldn't say she was a pagan author, but she was one of my favorite new age authors. Yeah, she has done something that is quite dramatic, and a lot of her fans are kind of peeved. So before I go into that, I'm going to give you a little background on myself. So before I came into the religion known as paganism or Wicca, Wicca is my foundation and will always be my foundation. But before I came into it, I was very much I still held on to my Christian faith. I was baptized in the Apostolic Church about 15 minutes from here. Let me see. I grew up Southern Baptist. I grew up Kojic as well because my mother and I, we bounced around churches growing up. So we did Kojic and Baptist churches in Alabama. And so by the time I came to paganism, I was very much into Jesus, and nothing else. And so one of the many authors that I just gravitated to and loved because of her themes, because she dealt with the angelic realm and she dealt with, the archangels and things, was an author by the name of Doreen Virtue. Here's one of her books. I might have it upside down. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. Goddesses and Angels. Anywho, and when I tell y'all I loved her, I lived for Miss Doreen, okay? Because I thought she was bubbly and blonde and, so calming. Just such a sisterly, beautiful woman. The kind of woman that I would love to meet on a pagan event and be like, girl, let's talk about these angels and fairies and elves and gnomes, okay? She was that for me. And it has now come to my attention that she is now a born-again Christian. This happened, or the news of this, I think, got out like May of this year. But I just found this out last night. And so for me, I was like, what? She's a born-again Christian? Oh, Lord. Nothing against that. I think I think that is where you feel you need to go spiritually. Go where you feel your spirit needs you to be. So my thing with Doreen is I wish her the best of luck. I wish her much love and much success in her new venture and in her new spiritual path and tradition. So that being said, now, but here's the problem that I do have. The problem I have with it is, and I think this is what many of her readers and followers and fans have an issue with, is that she's now just throwing out the baby with the bathwater. And like I said, in the beginning of my spiritual journey, I gravitated to her because she believed in angels. And, for me, she made pagan themes. She made spiritual things. She made spirituality not only okay, but she made it pretty. She made it fun. She made it real. Like she and Silver Ravenwolf were my go-tos back in the day. Like I used to, oh my god, like Silver Ravenwolf to Ride a Silver Broomstick was my shit. Teen Witch was my shit. Then as time went on, it expanded to Raymond Buckland, whom I love and respect to this day. Then it was Phyllis Carroll. Then Selena Fox. I mean, just wonderful people in the pagan community. Whereas now, my spiritual path is more Ifa, Santeria, things like that. So now it's more African spirituality because, as I said before, I wanted to see, as I said before in a previous video, I wanted to see people who look like myself. And, for me, that's a wonderful thing. That connection is just awesome. But I think one of the reasons why a lot of her fans are perturbed with her sudden conversion is that she's just throwing everything out. She's throwing away everything that we, as her public, have spent her money on, or our money on, rather. Because we bought her cards, we bought her books, we attended her seminars, some of us are angel therapists. Some of us have been taught by her. So we feel a little, what's the word I'm trying to use? We feel a little taken for granted. We feel a little used. So I do understand what a lot of her fans are coming from. And now she kind of comes out, if you watch her videos versus before her change of faith going into now, she comes off as very, very preachy, like you have to do this. You have to. God says you must do this or else. And what I also, she had a video discussing her conversion, but then she took it down. And it's like, but if you really are proud of being Christian, being born again, as they say, why would you take down the video? She now has it where, she doesn't, her oracle card, she's going to get rid of the fairies, the goddesses, anything that has a quote unquote pagan or new agey theme, she's getting rid of. And it's like, really? Like, is there something in the air? And see, part of me, and I'm just gonna be honest, I think part of me feels like this. I think she's doing this because her popularity is not as on and popping as it used to be. Because back in maybe like the late 90s, early 2000s, she was everywhere. Okay? You couldn't fart without seeing her ass in the bookstore somewhere. Like, she was just all up and down. Versus now, she kind of isn't, because you have people like, I'm trying to think who's the one that's really popular now. You have Gary Zukov. You have not Gary Zukov. What is that man's name? I see him in my head. I'm sorry, forgive me, I'm blanking. I can't think of that man's name, but he's been on Oprah. You now have what I call the Oprah, new age leaders. You have people like, Iyanla. You have, I think I am right. I think his name is Gary Zukov. No, Eckhart Tolle. There we go. I couldn't get it. Eckhart Tolle. You have him now. You have, I'm trying to think. You have like Deepak Chopra. And Deepak Chopra's been popular for a minute, but you have, they're more well known now. And I think for Doreen, because she is a member of the Hay House camp, and I think for Doreen, she wanted more. I think she just wanted more popularity. She wanted more money. Let's keep it all the way real, because she lives in Hawaii. Okay, and Hawaii is not a cheap place to live. She wanted probably more fame and more popularity, and it just didn't happen. And so she was like, you know what? And this is just me assuming. I think she just said, you know what? Screw it. Fuck it. I'm done. I'm done with all this new agey crap, because people are buying it, but they're not buying it, And I also think that, with her, maybe she really has had a change of heart. Maybe she really is just like, I'm a Christian now. This isn't my cup of tea anymore. And like I said, if that is so, then I think that's great. Like, I think that if that's where you feel your heart belongs, go with it, girlfriend. I'm not mad at you at all. However, if you know in your heart that is not where you need to be, and you're only doing it for attention and notoriety and money, then yeah. But I am curious on how she actually turns this, on what she does, because I will say this: there is a market for her in terms of this, because maybe in Christianity, maybe she needs to do this to show Christians, like, look, you can be spiritual, and you can ascend, you can grow beyond the Bible, beyond church. Maybe that's why she converted. Maybe she was told in a vision, like, this is what you need to do, because you need to lead my people into a more open path. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? But either way, Doreen, honey, I love you. I think you're cool. I admire you, or admired the principles you stood on at one point. I wish you the best of everything. I hope you're doing this for the right reasons. If not, then that's something you need to work out with you and your God, okay? Don't have nothing to do with me and my 7 spiritual powers, but whatever. You do your thing. So, with that being said, it is me, honey, the fabulous Leo Brown. I just want to give my opinion on it. And I want to know if you are a fan of her work, if you know who Doreen Virtue is. I'm going to leave an interview. There's an interview that she did, and she talks about her conversion and what happened and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to leave the interview down below in a link. And I want to know, what do you think about this? How do you feel? Like, if you, like, are you a fan of hers? Do you feel a sense of betrayal? Do you feel that she's doing this for show? What are your thoughts on this? You know, if you're Christian, if you are a Christian, how do you feel about her now coming into the more Christian realm of things and, you know, making, because I know at one point she said she was making a Jesus deck. Okay, her words, not mine. I'm just saying. So, you know, how do you feel about it? So let me know in the comments below, and I will talk with you guys. I'm sorry, y'all. I will talk with you guys very, very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And it is me, the fabulous Leah Brown. I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye.